All right, welcome back to our little channel. This is our really big first project of the year, and it's kind of not even our project so much, but it is. And it involves this. This is a problem. I hate trying to mow this stupid thing every year, so we're gonna start to do something about it. And the first step is gonna be right here. We're gonna put in some natural stone steps to get us back up so we can get to our gate back there. Because you can see, trying to walk up this for normal people isn't fun. Now, a couple of things that we realized right away is this is a little above my DIY capabilities. Probably could, but it would take weeks, if not months. So we kind of went a little bit the long and the short way. And we're gonna walk you through it as we do it. Here we go. All right, so this is Doug. Doug is a contractor. We're gonna have him do the hard stuff here. I'm gonna do the easy stuff, which means I don't know what I'm gonna do. So Doug, tell me a little bit about how do you start a project like this? What does it look like?
I just kind of get what the client wants to do. Like you told me you wanted stairs. What we're gonna do is we're gonna measure out exactly what we're gonna do, the size of stairs you want, dig it out, remove all the dirt, remove everything, get it prepped and ready for each stair to come in. Put the stairs in, and then you just you do your finishing work after that. After everything's in, let the client know. If the client's happy, you do your finishing touches after.
Okay, well, tell me, is this all just a hand dug job? Is that how you deal with it?
Right now, the way with this neighborhood, I don't want to get machinery in here because I'm going to ruin everything if I do. So yes, it's going to be hand.
All right, and how long does it usually take to dig out kind of a weird hillside like this?
Hour.
Oh, that's it. So not too terrible.
There's an hour.
Okay, great. And
2 hours maybe. It just all depends what we're finding underneath it.
So you said that you usually measure it out. Do you usually, does that?
We'll measure it, we'll mark it, let the homeowner know this is what we're doing.
Okay.
Are you happy with that?
Great.
If they have any changes, like, let us know. It's just something different. Let's not this, let's not that.
All right, I think we're ready to go then.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
I should have really talked about this before, but of course we do live in an HOA, and Doug mentioned that they get a little uppity if he brings in big equipment and destroys some of the landscape. So you do need permission. We needed permission, and so you can see these different sketches and little graphics that I made to send over to the HOA. And our HOA is pretty good. We've had to do this a couple of times for things in the backyard. We may or may not have mentioned that when we were doing our grow boxes. But we just had to go through and make some pretty simple sketches, some pretty simple depictions of what we wanted. Nothing too crazy, but we were successful, and without any changes, they were good to go.
All right, so as you're digging this part, do you just dig a single section first, or do you dig out the whole hillside?
I'm going to get rid of the grass. I mean, I'll leave the dirt because you can always use the dirt to help build up what you need.
Okay.
So, but the first one, I have to measure out what we're going to do with the stone. So we got a 4-foot slab, 18 inches deep. So I'm going to dig back so enough you can put your base down and get it ready. And then that was ready for me to come in and lay that slab down.
And how much base do you typically need?
You get anywhere from 2 to 4 inches.
Do you have a preference, or is it just where the job is? How do you decide 2 or 4?
For stairs, usually, you can look at it. I mean, if like this hill's been compacted, it's been here, this has been compacted. I mean, if it's fresh, a new house that's just been dug and a lot of it's just fresh dirt, hasn't been compacted, I'd probably go 4 to 6 inches.
Okay.
Do a nice compact. That way it's not going to sink. But
Okay.
this has been here for a while. If it were to sink, it would sink already. And
Okay.
so settling, so you can probably get away with 2 to 3 inches.
Great.
Gravel, help for drainage. You know, if I was doing something deeper, I'd do a road base or chat or something on the bottom, compact it, put your gravel in.
So just gravel in this instance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gravel is going to help with your drainage.
Great.
So if you do road base or anything like that, kind of you get some drainage on it, but it also holds water, so you could sink. So I like doing gravel.
Okay.
Anytime you go through and replace this kind of landscape with hardscape materials, there will be sprinkler heads, so irrigation needs to be taken into account. In this case, we just went through and he capped off the end of it.
Doug, we talked about a couple of things. One was originally I had thought that we were going to get 4 steps to match the steps down there, but you and I talked and you let me know that that wasn't going to be enough. So what did we decide on then?
6 stairs.
6. Can you just tell me really quickly why the 6 over the 4?
4, they have to be 8 inches. So if you go to find them, you don't want to go 8, 5, 5.5, 1 6.25. So try to stay symmetrical. It looks a lot better than having different sizes.
Great.
I mean, people get so used to stepping on a certain way. It's like if you go from here to lower, people have that tendency to trip.
Okay.
And to me, it's aesthetically, it looks better because people can see it.
Got it.
So if you're going to do it, I'd say 6 inches. It just looks more uniform.
Great. And then originally I thought we were going to be able to do some 4-foot length ones, but we weren't able to get the 4. We were only able to get the 3.
If you're going straight, you're good to go. You can just afford, but when you turn, you're losing that distance.
Okay.
And so it looks. I mean, if you can go 3.5 to a 4, then down to a 3, it makes it look a little bit better instead of being here. All of a sudden you're going short, then it's coming here, then you're trying to go back. It kind of looks long.
Okay.
In my opinion.
And so
some people like it. It's up to them. So.
I think this is going to look great. So we ended up getting 3 of the 6 stones. I know we had chatted about this before, but tell me a little about, it looks like we got 5 of them. Tell me a little bit about how we chose these 5.
They're just on a pallet, so I measured them all out. They were all the 6. That's what I wanted.
And was the coloring, how was the coloring?
I mean, you got some that get really, really dark, some that get really, really warm. I try to stay within similar colors, so it doesn't look like some kind of weird ice cream sandwich or something you have piled on there.
All right.
So try to stay the same.
Great.
Around.
All right, so the next step is what?
Base, and then offload them. Start stacking.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
If there was ever a point where I thought, maybe I can DIY this, watching Doug move these slabs around cured me of that pretty quickly. You can tell this is no job for the faint of heart. So, of course, you got to make sure they're level, at least to some degree, but you do want them to be slanted just a little bit to allow runoff of snow and rain, of course. And here we go, just putting in the base and putting in each step as he goes along. I realize this does make it look like all I am doing is standing around watching Doug do this. The last couple of steps, I actually did need to help him because they were just a wee bit too much for the one guy. They were almost a wee bit too much for 2 guys.
All right, so we're done. It looks fantastic. We'll obviously do some planning and different things around it. So Doug, what would you tell a new step owner? What should they do about this?
Nothing, enjoy it. It shouldn't settle. It weighs, it's probably a ton of block right there. So if it's going to settle, I would have done it by now. So, but if it does settle, then call me and I'll take care of the situation. But it shouldn't. If it settles, it's going to settle a ½ inch or if that. But
awesome.
It should be just fine.
Great. And then you and I had talked a little bit about what we were going to do, some flagstones up along the top. We did end up only using the 5 because it ended up being a little closer to the top than we anticipated, but I think it looks great.
Better off saying we need more than not enough.
Agreed.
Got it here. It's easier to take some back. So.
Fantastic.
But other than that, if you have a problem, let me know.
Will do.
We'll take care of it.
Doug, thanks again. This looks great. Look forward to doing the next project with
All
you.
right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.